cosas que decirnos. Se trata de JK, el líder de Jamiroquai, quien va a estar con nosotros junto a su banda presentando performances exclusivas y especiales a propósito de su concierto, el primero de su vida, en el Royal Albert Hall. De eso se trata Hora Prima, así que si eres fanático de funk, de corazón, de intensidad física, no te puedes perder esto que ya está comenzando. Bueno chicos, ya ha empezado lo de Hora Prima, ya tienen un aperitivo de lo que es Jamiroquai. Estamos en el Royal Albert Hall, que es un lugar clásico, es un teatro que puede parecer muy elegante, muy de la realeza, es un teatro donde se junta gente común y silvestre como nosotros para ver un show de Jamiroquai que está haciendo su bautizo en este lugar histórico donde han tocado gente como Clapton, Deep Purple, bueno, todo el mundo que es alguien en esto de la música en Gran Bretaña toca aquí. Y aquí tienen una edición exclusiva de lo que es el teatro prácticamente vacío, y ya vamos a tener ahora mismo, luego de lo que es la prueba de sonido, entre medio de eso, de conversar con Jason Kay y sus compañeros Jamiroquai. Todo especial para una banda que está pegando muy muy fuerte con sus ritmos y sus ondas medias afro-brasileras y con la energía única de lo que es el funk. Desde Gran Bretaña, esto es Hora Prima. Quédense, ya volvemos con Jason Kay y compañía. Ok, ahora sí entra importante de Hora Prima junto a Jay. Thank you very much for your time. Nice to see you again. It's been almost 3 years. Yeah, back in by the end of 1993, by the time of emergency on planet Earth.
It's a long time. Things have changed.
How much of the things have changed in your music? Two records, The Return of the Space Cowboy and now the Traveling with a Movie, musically.
I think the music's obviously got tighter than it used to be. You know, I think we think a lot more about the arrangements on the album and about the sound that we're using, and particularly with the new album, Traveling Without Moving, is a much better put together album than the second one because we had more time to get around it, you know. So I'm very happy with this. I mean, we're all happy with what we've done, and I think it's taken 4 years to get to that kind of level where you're, you know, on autopilot, and then you effectively you're buying yourself time to do the fourth album, you know, to do a really good fourth one.
There was a problem that you felt it happened with Return of the Space Cowboy. You didn't have enough time to think it over, and
yeah, because you had the initial success of the first album, and then everybody's expectations are high, like that, and so basically, we did the album, we came off a tour from a year, and we had 2 months, and then start the next one. So to find the inspiration, lyrically and musically, is not easy, you know, with just 2 months, you know, because it's your first album is 4 or 5, 6 years of all your thoughts, you know, when you were a kid and stuff. And suddenly then you're into your second album, which is all about, you know, hotels and room service and, you know.
then the life on the road.
Yeah, life on the road is all you know, so it's kind of hard. But then I think we didn't have any time for pre-production. And pre-production is the most important part of making an album, because if you don't get your ideas together and start formulating your arrangements, you know, effectively the second album, we walked into a studio, a big studio, you know, and...
Where's the place we're now? It's a classic.
This is the Royal Albert Hall in London, Kensington, London. This is where, well, anybody who's anybody has done the Royal Albert Hall. So, I mean, for us, it's a little peak in our careers so far.
Vamos al primer video, vamos a seguir conversando con Jason Kay aquí en Hora Prima. Okay, seguimos en Hora Prima. Jay, we have some company here. Could you introduce yourself?
My name's Stuart, I'm the bass player.
Okay. And so, what's the rest of the band? Who else is in the band? Who else is in the band now? There's a new drummer in the period of the return of
Derek McKenzie's our new drummer.
And there's a new guitar player.
That's right, Simon Katz on guitar. Work tree, lovely.
You do a great job in bass, let me tell you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great bass player. Thank you. There's some, I know in Chile and Argentina, there are fans of yours, like, just for the bass and the rhythm part.
Thanks. Yeah.
What's the idea of the title of the album, The Traveling Without Movement? Usually traveling involves movement, it's a journey, but sometimes maybe it's a mental thing.
Yeah. Well, you have to be realistic. The world, we are traveling without moving because the world is spinning like this, 1,000 miles an hour, yeah? They reckon. And I'm sitting still now with you, MTV. Okay. So we're traveling without moving. But I think socially, we're traveling without moving. We're going nowhere. Economically, we're going nowhere. You know, the world is not getting a better place. You know, the man stepped on the moon, 69. Yeah. Everybody thought that the world would become a better place, and it hasn't at all. In some respects, it's become a worse place because we still spend billions and billions of dollars on bombs and guns and tanks and weapons of war instead of spending it, doing the right thing with it and looking after the planet, So that's the inspiration behind it, but it has so many different meanings, and it's the same with Space Cowboy. Every title has a different meaning to me that it has to you. I mean, it was actually inspired from driving fast cars.
What is the relationship between the album cover now with the Jamiroquai that we always know with the Ferrari thing, or?
Well, because I've had 5 Ferraris. I have had, yeah. I mean, I have 2 now, but I've had not bad, yeah. But I've had 5 Ferraris, and I love driving because it's just a way of letting my energy out. I let everything out after all this is finished. I need speed. I'm a bit of a speed freak. Okay. So, that's a little tribute thing. Yeah, I mean, the title came about was because I took one of my friends out, and we kind of took these corners quite quickly, And he said, "Wow, this is like traveling without moving."
Now we know.
But in fact, it still goes on further than that, because I said to him, "Where did you get that from?" And if you watch the film Dune,
yeah.
There's a lady, she says, they have this thing, the spice melange. They have the spice melange in the film. Watch the film, you'll see. And traveling without moving is the ability to fold space and time.
Vamos a seguir con Jamiroquai aquí en la prima. Ustedes quédense ahí atentos. How did you do this time to try to incorporate the didgeridoo sound? You did it in a couple of songs now.
I think when we started, we would have the simple thing of having a drum beat, and then putting didgeridoo on top. Okay. And now I want to see the instrument develop. So I want to... Now we have a 12-piece string section. So everything is built around the didgeridoo. And in fact, on the album, we have 2 didgeridoos on the same track, one high, one low. And other ways of experimenting with the sound. Take all the and put all the this. So you have a rhythmical. You hear the rhythm, which could almost be a keyboard, So you have that effect. So I'm really happy with the way that that's come out. That's great, because a lot of people said, "Oh, you got Wallace. It's a token thing. We've seen it." But it's an instrument. It's the first instrument in the world. So I don't see why we shouldn't try and develop. It will be token. It's token if you take things once and then you discard them. And the world is too disposable as it is. Wow.
Hey, what do you
answer for everything, huh?
Yeah. What do you think about, some people are trying to define the sound of Jamiroquai, and sometimes they say acid jazz, or sometimes a fusion of reggae, dance, disco.
That's what it is, though. It is.
That's the definition of...
It's a sort of amalgamation of lots of different things. It's a gumbo, It's lots of stuff at once.
It's eclectic. What's the definition of funk? Do you have a word for that?
I don't really have a definition for that. I think funk's something you're born with, really, isn't it?
Funk is soul.
Funk is soul.
Yeah, funk. The trouble is the word funky is used to define so much, but I think, we're living in the 90s. The 90s is not the 60s and the 70s. Funky now, I think, stands for anything that has energy and it has soul and vibration in it.
Yeah,
it's an overused word. But then again, if something is fresh and and people enjoy it and it keeps your spirit alive and you like it and you go, "Wow, I really like that," then it's funky, Okay. Snowboarding's funky. Fast cars are funky. Trees are funky.
Clothes are funky.
Clothes are funky. Many things are funky. Everything. The Royal Albert Hall is funky. Thank you.
My beard is fine.
Oh, it is. I got a little white beard here, look.
Vamos,
Ah, yeah.
funky,
Blanco.
blanco.
Benny Blanco.
Vamos a ver el Space Cowboy, el video, y luego vamos a hablar un poco de eso aquí junto a los dos Jamiroquai.